Hello and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I'm J. Al Thomas, and this is the Art of Gaming YouTube channel. I'm going to be your guide for the in-depth tutorials, tips, tricks, and guides on your favorite MMOs, RPG, and PvP games. We review games in depth, and I'd like to begin with Season 9 of Hero Siege at the depths of hell within Helheim. We're about to begin the encounter for the Uber boss, Satan. And all we need to do to prepare is have a little faith in our attributes and our gear. And in just a moment, we'll begin the encounter after we review some of our stats and attribute points. To prepare you for this fight, all you really need as far as resistances is fire resistance. Fire resistance is the primary damage that Satan does. So if you can cap this out at 60 or 70% or 80% or 90, that'd be great. In Health 3, I have 50%, capped at 50. Now damage, when we're talking about defense, this is a little bit different when I mention defense. Defense is for our physical attacks, but we're going to need some defense versus missiles because there are some projectiles in the game. We went with 200 vitality and 200 strength, pretty straightforward and standard for us. We haven't changed it since our last video. And we got the same tree here for Ronin and Emperor's Blade. We're gonna have our Omni Slash and our Empire Slash, which we could use, but it ain't gonna be too necessary. We keep our Shadow Step just because we don't feel like changing up our tree. This isn't one of the most challenging fights. In fact, this should be easier than you think it is. And we kept Bushido as well as Live by the Sword. We have some exploding kunai as well as the shuriken throw equipped for us currently. And for our incantation tree, we picked up on the 50 cap for all resistances, 3% to all resistances you see, as well as 150 defense, a little extra armor for some physical attacks in game as we're making it to the biome to get into that depth of hell. And we're at physical damage, a little bit of an increase here, as well as some maximum life, increasing maximum life. And we have some splash damage for some of the mobs and monsters that we can come across in game. We also took an increase to strength because we're a melee class, and some additional physical damage. Now this can be done with any character. You do not have to be a samurai, and the stats and attributes and the resistances and what you need to accomplish this encounter with success is the same. So with that being said, without further ado, let's take a look at our inventory real quick for our items that we have equipped, and we can begin the encounter right after. We're still with our level 1 relic. We still have a level 3 twin blade, a level 2 relic, and a level 6 relic, and another level 1. We're a bit under-geared for all of these encounters here for these matchups, but we have a little bit of advantage with knowing how to prepare in the fight. For Health 3, if this is accomplishable with Health 3 and you can match any of these stats, it'll be easier even for you at even lower difficulties. And I'd imagine that even at Health 4, these stats would be resourceful to you, and that you could even use stats similar to my own for your character in order to make it through that encounter at even Health 4. And our superior charms aren't too much to really talk about and show off, but we got that defense versus missiles, and this will help with some of the projectiles if you're getting hit by them. We're going to really want to avoid his fire attacks, and I'll explain to you the tactics and strategy as we're about to begin the encounter. Stay tuned. Let's start. During the fight with Satan, we're going to need to be careful of his firewalls. He's going to send firewalls forward, and there'll be gaps, pathways between each of the firewalls that you can stand between. He's also going to throw streamlines of flame at us from the lava pool that he's in. He's also going to spawn these skulls that shoot projectiles out at us. This is where defense and missile defense comes into play. Not so much the physical defense. And all these attacks are fire-based, so our fire resistance is going to play a role in this fight. To be able to take a hit, you have the right resistances. In this fight, it's pretty straightforward with his two hands being there at the very beginning of the fight. They don't move much and they're pretty stationary and they're easy targets. If you can eliminate them, they're really no threat to you. As the fight progresses, if you leave the hands there, they're capable of summoning portals as well. And when they're summoning these portals, there are these skulls that come through that shoot these projectiles, which are death rattles in any direction that you might be standing. It's just important to know you want to eliminate those skulls as fast as you possibly can in the fight of the encounter and get around these flame walls. To attack Satan, you have to get pretty close, so you might have to wait for an opportunity to get beyond the flames that he's spewing out around the floor about you as well. But the fight overall isn't that really intense once you see it for what it is, and after your first encounter with Satan, you'll see that just with a little bit of faith in your gear, even though we're leveled to a certain point, we're under geared for this fight. It's possible for you too as well to complete a fight like this and not have the most optimal gear. Satan really isn't as difficult as many of the other Uber boss fights are.